Hello, welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony. This show is about helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business, sidestep all the crazy things that I seem to step on. Today we're going to be talking about dealing with people who don't like you, okay, and voiceover, and making or understanding the difference between people who don't like you and not getting cast for a role, because those really are two different things. All right. And we want to talk about that. I'm also going to keep this video brief. The last couple of videos have been pretty long. They've been like 20 minutes, 21 minutes each. So the difference between people who don't like you and people who don't cast you and you don't get any feedback. So I think first and foremost, to get it out of the way, there's going to be people who don't like you. There's going to be people who don't agree with you, no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try to make people like you. There's just going to be some who don't. And honestly, there's nothing you can do about it. And you got to let it go. They might they might say nasty things. You might post something in a group about a question you have, and you might get berated for it. Just let it go. Move on. I would get out of that group, but move on. You know what I mean? Let it go. There's nothing you can do. There's going to be some people who don't like you. All right, it is what it is. And you know what? It doesn't affect our life. It really doesn't. Because 9 times out of the 10, these people, right, they never say that stuff to your face. Okay, and it doesn't affect us. All right, so now I want to separate that from what happens when you don't get cast. Okay, because I think a lot of us, especially, we're actors. All right, we crave that acceptance. We crave that feeling of importance. That's why a lot of us do this. All right, it's just a part of what we do. We love our art and craft, but part of that is that acceptance of who we are and what we've done. So when we audition and we put ourselves out there, the nature of this whole entire game of voiceover acting in general is meeting the criteria of a particular role, and a lot of those parts to that role cannot be changed via your performance. So, like the tone of your voice, the pitch, the feel of how you come across. A good actor, hands down, all right, will get more work a lot of times than someone who doesn't have that training. However, if someone's voice fits what someone's looking for, they're probably going to get the job. Not because they were a better actor, but because their voice just fit that way. But the cool thing is that that's okay, because there's so much work available for all of us. There's a place for all of us. That's what's wonderful about what we do. So I just want to say, if you are putting yourself out there and you're auditioning, you're trying to get work, and you're not getting feedback, one, that's pretty standard, because the people who are casting don't usually spend their time giving feedback, because it takes a lot of time. Trust me, with the VO's Journey Academy, that's, our job is to give feedback. Our job is to do those things, and it's extremely hard, because there's a lot of people, and, it takes time. A lot of time, and a lot of people are trying, these casting agents or producers, they've got deadlines, and they're trying to produce something. So, and what if 100 people auditioned? They don't have time to give every single person feedback, but that doesn't mean they didn't like you, and it doesn't mean you didn't do a good job. And I know it's hard, because that creeps in the back of our mind. And oftentimes when we do get feedback, it's like, I need you to do it differently, or the client didn't like that, it was supposed to be that, or you sound robotic. Like it's funny how a lot of times negative feedback comes in a lot more. But as you say, as a teacher, what's interesting is you could have a class of 30 students, and 29 of them are doing exactly what they're supposed to do, 1 are not, and all our focus goes to that 1. Now, from a classroom management standpoint and teaching, there's some different stuff there. But the point I'm trying to make to you is we'll then often forget about the 29. And when I forget, I mean in our minds as we're talking about and thinking about the 29 who are doing what they're supposed to do. Because the one who's not doing what they're supposed to do tends to usually be the loudest or sticks out to us, right? Because it's like something we have to solve. So it's the same thing with us. We're always going to see those big, loud, issues in front of us. And a lot of times we're just not going to get any feedback. So today's video is all about, it's okay. It is okay to not get feedback on auditions. Okay, that doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. Okay, could it mean that you need more training? Of course, but that's a given. I want to get that out of the way. It's a given that you need more training, that you need more voice acting training. All of us do, all the time. It never ends. It never stops because life doesn't ever stop changing. Trends don't ever stop, like, coming up. Like, things don't, we change too. Messaging changes. So it's a constant change and growth. Okay, so of course we're going to need training. That's a given. All right, but I just don't want you to think that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. People don't like you because they're not getting back to you. Okay, all right. I hope you guys have a great Thursday. Make sure you check out VO Journey, VOsJourney.com. Right, like I said, we just relaunched. It's a soft launch. We're still adding and stuff there, but come January 1st, we're gonna have an incredible special to give us a shot. This kind of special deal really only comes once a year, and that's in January. So very excited about that, and we're only a couple of weeks away. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you're being prepared because 2025, I know we're all going to knock it out of the park. So all right, you guys have a wonderful Thursday. Take it easy. Bye-bye.